Hi, I am PLDeere, bringing a little hope, healing, and happiness today through this ArtPrize proposal, mayyouDance.com. I have been sharing a few cards every day on my blog, and will share a few today to explain the reasons and how-tos of this project. Thanks for listening. Samantha is my little sister, whom I met through the Boys and Girls Club. We have been friends now for several years and have shared so many memories together. My goal with Samantha has always been to be her friend, somebody she can count on, and somebody she can look up to. A couple of years ago, we were at a big boy restaurant where we had a waiter, Brandon, who was wonderful. He loved his job, and it showed. Because he treated us so well, and because we had our computer with us at the time, we decided to send a card to the manager of the restaurant, letting him know what a wonderful employee he had. We took the pictures, added it to the card, typed our words inside, then clicked send, and the card was on its way, and we forgot about it. 2 weeks later, we got a thank you card for our thank you card from the manager, received a $20 gift certificate for the restaurant, and found out from Brandon that he also got a $50 bonus, and were told the manager started recognizing his employees differently, all because we took the time to recognize somebody who did a job well done. So I started thinking about the impact this one act of sending a card had on Brandon, the manager, their employees, but mostly on Samantha. She got to experience how her simple act of kindness affected so many. As a glass artist and owner of a carded gifting company, I love the idea of creating a vehicle that allows people to share their stories of hope, healing, and happiness with others. So over the past year and a half, I have been working with individuals, schools, children, retirement centers, etc., to allow them to participate and feel the experience, for all have been amazing. As the cards come in, those who have sent them can search for their card on my blog. It helps them to feel their part in the process, and it helps my initial purpose of sending hope, healing, and happiness. These cards will all help build the walls and ceiling of my house of cards that I will explain now. So this is it, a 10 by 10 foot house. The walls and ceilings are all made of 2,000 greeting cards with stories of hope, healing, and happiness. Some are very happy and some are pretty sad, but they are all perceptions of an individual person at a point in time in their lives. To me, when you get those feelings of hope, healing, and happiness, it makes you feel like dancing, right? So inside the house are 2 8-foot glass dancers created with fused and torchwork glass. They will be free hanging so they can spin as if dancing inside. When I first saw this space at the Amway Grand, I knew it was the only place that my house needed to be. Where the couches sit in this picture, my house would sit. The large chandelier above would shine down through the ceiling of my house and onto the dancers, giving the feeling of a dance floor lighting inside. The background of the house would be the gold starburst on the wall, and a perfect backdrop for this project. I love that people could walk up a couple of steps into this space, walk around the outside and read the stories, look inside and stand next to the dancers, and be a part of the project. Notice the tree to the right of the house. I am calling the tree of life because I plan to be available during the 3 weeks ArtPrize runs. I plan to have my computer set up for visitors to send their own cards with their own stories to add to the project. Their cards will go on my tree of life. All cards are created on the computer with their photos if they want, and their own stories inside. Now some of the stories. I can't read 2,000, but this is an elementary child who shares the feeling she gets competing in karate. Another shares the story of a young mom who had a child at 16 and feels her child helped her to turn her life around. Young children who lost family members and pets, or older generations sharing their memories of the past. Every card that comes is a piece of the puzzle for me and a section of my wall or my ceiling. And another one of my favorites. This is a middle school child whose painting is on the front. You can never truly be lost in the woods inside. And another by an adult with their photograph on the front. Along with my glass dancers and the glass in the peaks of my house of cards being available for sale during ArtPrize, I have also created a series of items available on Etsy that include my ArtPrize theme. I have offered free classes for people to come and create some of the fused or torchwork glass used to create the dancers. These same items can be made available for sale during ArtPrize if allowed. This is a complicated process, and the project is a work in progress. The glasswork is very detailed and includes individual fused glass pieces that will make up the dancers. They will be detailed front and back, so as they spin, both sides will be finished. Here is the original glass dancer created as my inspiration. The matador is an example of the technique I will use for framing. He is about 5 feet tall. The dancers in my project will be about 8 feet. Now for the details of the dancers themselves. The hair on both the male and female will be created with glass similar to this, using torchwork twisted glass and a painted face. The plaid in the man's suit is highly textured fused glass, as you can see here. Similar pieces will be used in the female dancer. Most of the glass I'll use in the female dancer is what's shown here, which is a mouth-blown glass that will be sandblasted, a texture sandblasted into it, and the drapery glass on top for the bodice of her dress, and again her painted face and torchwork glass for the hair. I am PLDeere, bringing hope, healing, and happiness. Thanks for listening.